So let's set this camera up over here. Let's see if we can bring this. Oh, that's not good. We need to see this full building. Yeah, there we go. Pretty interesting. I'm going to see if I can bring this over here. See if I can bring the camera up a little bit closer in this video. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this video is because the Grim Reaper, Grim, the gateway, the angel residency, the birth and the love, the connection of the AC in the last letter. So we're going to see the buildings. You can see the V over here, the connector, okay, and this looks like the SIM card. You know the way the SIM cards are made with the cutoff corner over here? This looks like 2 candles and a light showing me the front door. I don't know what everything is. I know there's a part on the edge over here, but we have to overlook here showing the division, right? There's your ace, because you're going to walk through that door, right? You're going to walk through the path, and you notice the way that pathway, okay, you notice it's an out here, it's an out here. If you can take a notice, it looks like if you take a notice at one side and just reflect it, see this over here? The cross is going this way, right through the garden, but the entrance is going through this area here. So it got me to thinking about, can I go through here online, or do I have to open to an open space? Where's the roof? So the house would be pointed this way. So what would happen to my other shapes that can fulfill? The difference for the shapes, here's your walkway entrance. See these 2 areas over here? See this area over here? That would be coming out over here in this position. They're all giving coordinates, right? So here's your red cross, your 4, and then your 4, your 8, and your entrance is up in this area. You notice it's over to one side like the heart. Is the entrance here or the entrance here? But notice this, that means the door would not be. You have the air exhaust, you can have a bell. I'm not sure what you have up here, but it looks like we have another entrance. And on this side, I have what I call the turtle, okay, because that's what it is. And inside you can see the stop sign is inside the turtle. There's a lot more that goes on here that we can't see, and the reason for that, I'm going to design it for you right in front of your eyes if you're watching. Whoop, hold on a second. I'm going to have to take this here. And we're going to see if we can design this here. I'm going to have to hold this up with my telephone, the camera. Bring this in. And we're going to do the 2. 2 and 1 or 2 and 2. We're going to do all 2s. I usually like to do 2 and 1 when I do this because it takes up a lot of spot. So we have a normal stop sign, right? So now we're going to drag this, okay, to the same way we can now connect this corner. So now these 2 corners will connect. So this is also part of the what we saw on the house. And at the same time, we're going to do the, whoop, I went offline. I hate to go offline. Where's my, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I'm a little offline. So we're going to have to take it here. And let's go here. Online. Oh, I'm offline there too. Let me see this to here. To here, to here, to here. That's the way it should have been. So give me a second. So anyways, so did you notice what it is? It's like an arrow, like pointing at the same time. It's, I don't know if I can do this properly. And what I got to here, and I got to here, and then I dropped down. And the same thing I should be doing with these other ones, but anyways, and then there's, and then you go here, and then you can just go here. Now what's going to happen with the stop sign? I don't know. What should I be doing with the stop sign? What should I be doing with this? It's the break point is here, right? The break point is here. The break point is here. The break point is here. So now over here, right, what this has told me to do in the design is here is the Vulcan stone. Now why it's located there, is it my fault or is it the fault of the design of the stop sign, how it came out? So this is only one part of the stop sign, right? And then the stop sign continues. Okay, over there. I'm trying to figure out where my here's my 2, and here's my 2, so here's my original, right? So if here's my original, there's my original there. And then here, right, let me see, 1, 2, and then the 2 here, and then the 2 here, and the 2 here, and the 2 here. So I should be able to get another Vulcan stone on this side, but I'm only going one way. So now we have that over here, and then that over there, and these are obligations. These are all obligations of what's happening right here. I'm just following, see the stop sign? I'm just following the stop sign. This all leads back to the stop sign. You see that straight line of the stop sign and the back door over here? So we have just done this, and then the bottom line of the stop, here's the line over here for the stop sign, and then this. And now if you want to see if I really didn't cheat, if you want to see that I didn't cheat, right? So here's your stop sign, and the continuation of the line on the bottom is right over here. And the continuation of the line on the top is right over here. So maybe I can do it with a little bit of black or red and black. So maybe I got that at the bottom and that at the top. And now at the same time, you see this area over here? This is an obligation area. This area right over here. It's an obligation area because there is no fine center. There's a splitting center above and below. This is the above and below. You see the above and below, the split right over here? The above and below. So would you call this now the E-world design, where everything comes to a halt, everything comes to a stop? Where every single design tells you a different story because of what we were taught. And we were taught, were you taught this? Look at this. 3. I can't do it here, I have to do it on this side. Right? And I can't do it here in the middle from up here, I have to do it on this side. And then you automatically, see I can do it in the middle here, but it's a half space, and I want to have a whole space. Can't do it over here, can do it over here, and I got a whole space. So this is really shouldn't have been, this should have been my tic-tac-toe, where it should have been, there's my tic-tac-toe. You see the way the X was over here, here's my X, here's my open space. Now when you fit the numbers in, we now have to put the squares and see where the numbers fit in, see where the center is of this design. Okay, so I would have to draw one line down here. See the lower side? This is the lower side, the second one, and this is the upper side, the second one. And then I would have to drag this here for box 1, and then I would come over here and drag it here for box 2. You notice the way I get the 4 X's designed up over here? I haven't committed myself to the larger X. This in itself is telling a story. You can see the square box in the center setting up for 2, 4, 6, 8, all of them getting barn door X's. Like we saw the barn door in Jesus. There's a painting with Jesus. It's got these X's inside. It represents the barn doors, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we have this one here, and then you have the simple one over here. Look at the difference in the size of the box obligations. It's obligations because we're using the corner here and the corner. Otherwise, we're going halfway in between. If we went halfway in between, I would end up with a design looking like that. And then like that. So did you see the way, like the Hilton Hotel design? That's the way the Hilton Hotel design looks. It's a halfway H instead of a full way H. Now, if I want to do the whole thing and see what happens, this would be my tic-tac-toe, my 11-11. Do you see the angles that it's getting? I'm not really sure what it's trying to say. I'm trying to figure it out. But if you notice that this side over here is actually telling me north, west, and southeast. And they're also telling me pointed numbers. Now where would I be able to put these boxes, and what size boxes should I be using for this design to tell me what my number propaganda is. The last part of this video that I want to talk on is billions and millions and thousands and hundreds. Hundreds. You know hundreds? Hundreds. So I use the last part of the word and go ions and sands, red sand and ions. Cyan, sands is red, the red sands of Sion. Cyan and the red sands of Sion. This over here is also what explains pi, the 14th and the 15th letter. South 10, north 10. I don't know what that's trying to tell me. DNA inside sand, the sun inside the resident angel, and that's where thousands come in. And anytime you have sets, if you notice, although you're having billions and millions and trillions, which we didn't even put in here, trilogy, more ions, right? We're forgetting one piece of this factor, that in the Google map I was sent 4.54 billion. It's telling me about the delta angle D and W. D and W, the 4th and the 23rd letter reverse. We could be working inside of gematria, or we could be working inside of Chaldean. Should we? Are we? What would tell me that I am in there? What would the different story with these numbers be? 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 5, 45. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. And this is our birth. This is our one extra year day for the leap year. The 24 hours of God's rest is the years we live. Or something like that. Anyways, I don't want to get that involved. I just want to say that of all of this, if you notice, there's only 3 in every section before we have one of these. Right? And then when we get to the pennies, okay, it seems that we have in the pennies, we get one of these. Stop. Period. The end. Whoop, I got to hold on a second. Thought I heard my phone ringing when my phone is right in front of my face, within 3 inches of my ears. And this is the end of a phrase or a sentence. The red sentence, the end of the period, the moon cycle, the oceans, the female, 66. So we have notice that there's only 3 per section. So we're always talking in hundreds. We're always talking in hundreds, no matter what area. Area 1, Area 2, Area 3, Area 4, Area 5. And if we want, we can call each area a single zero. If you want. You don't have to call it a single zero. We can also call it Area 1, 2, 4. 421, 421, 421, 421, 421. Why 421? Well, binary code says 0. Well, says 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Unless you want to go 1, 2, 4. Unless you want to do 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. 6, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 1, 2, 4, 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. We land in Mars. From Father to Mars. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, should I, let's not. Yeah, let's do this. Empty. Empty. Oh, that must be Mars. Empty heaven. Beta. Empty heaven. TR, time heaven. Love. Heaven of you. Birth. Beta world. 29. 83. 83. 29. 28. Just 13. 38. 11. 11. 11, 10, and 13. The millions. I don't want to use the I, otherwise I get 22. I want to use just the vowels. And we all end in spirit, or we all end with an N. Thousand, we end with a D. 100, we end with a D. Million, we end with an N. DNA, DNA, DNA. Delta, angle, spirit. Thank you for watching this video.